Hi guys. This is day one of our quick social media training. I am going to go through the basics of social media training in a few short videos just to give you tips and tricks to get started. So for me, I've been doing online sales for almost 10 years now. And so I know what it feels like to be a newbie. And I also know what it feels like once you kind of have built some credibility, some followers, and people that trust you, and how much easier it can get on social media. But in order to get to the point of having a following and people that trust you, you have to start in the beginning. You have to start at square one, growing a social media. And I just want you to know that it's okay to be at square one. It's okay to just be starting out. It doesn't mean you're behind. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. And don't compare yourself to someone else who's been growing on social media for years. Just be comfortable where you are and get better. And it doesn't matter how long you've been in a business doing network marketing, using social selling. You're constantly going to be learning new things. When I started, Instagram wasn't really a thing. Everybody was on Facebook. And now a lot of people are on Instagram. And before, Instagram was only pictures. Now Instagram has stories and reels. So it's constantly going to be evolving. So just know this is almost going to be your ongoing education constantly. So we have the privilege of using Facebook and Instagram and other social media sites for free to grow our business. Our only job as social sellers is to continue to learn how to use that platform in the best, most effective way. So just know this is going to be an ongoing thing that you are going to have to work at. And I feel like you never really arrive. You're always going to be getting better at social media, figuring out what works, figuring out what doesn't work. So just know that, and just know no matter where you're starting, you're going to have things to learn, but you're also right where you need to be and you can be successful. So I'm going to go over some of the basics. And I also am going to share with you some tools that Shaklee has to help you. I love that this company puts a lot of resources into helping us grow social media, not only with their Share app, but they create social media guides, monthly social media guides, videos you can share on social media, stories. They make it so easy. And I love that. It just really helps to get ideas. They even give ideas on how to do reels, what kind of stories you can do. But the biggest thing is you want to put your stamp on it. And I'll go over that a little bit more, but this is about selling you. So just remember, your face behind everything is really what's going to add value, not just a stock picture from Shaklee of their products. Okay. Okay. So first, let's talk about when you're starting on social media, who are you going to talk to? And I don't know if you guys have ever heard this said, but if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. If you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody. You really want to funnel down who your market is and who you want to talk to, so that when you're sharing stories and you're talking about things, you're talking to that specific person. So a perfect example for me is I am a mom of three. I have kids in sports. We're running around a ton. I'm busy. I need quick, effective nutrition. I need effective, quick skincare because I'm, going to be 40 this year. So finding like new skincare is like super important to kind of help with like my aging skin, supplementing my body with like changing hormones and all those things as I'm getting older. That is the person that I need to talk to. The busy mom that's in their about to be 40. I keep on saying in their 40s. I'm not there yet. But the busy mom that they're in their 40s, they're dealing with hormone changes, with skin changes. They need healthy nutrition that's quick, that they can take and run out the door. That is my market, and that is who I want to talk to, focus on talking to every single day that I show up on social media. So think about you, create your ideal client, create the person that you want to talk to. It should be basically you. That should be your ideal client, people like you. So get really clear about what that is. What's their age and gender, marital status, education, shopping habits, clothes, What do they look like? What are their goals? What are their values? So really think about that as how, as it applies to you. And then also think about, where are those people showing up on social media? Are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? Are they in networking groups? Are they at school events? Where are your people showing up? And then that's where you want to add value. So, for people that are in their 20s, maybe all their followers are going to be on TikTok. Whereas for me, my followers are kind of a mix of Facebook and Instagram. Or maybe they're on both and they go to both platforms for different reasons. And so you want to know, where is your client showing up and how can you add value on that platform? You don't have to be on all of them. You don't have to be on Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and like all the things. I think it's really good to be where you go. So like on social media, like where do you go to follow people and look for information? Maybe that's where you need to pour into, because you're already on that platform. You understand the platform, you know what you are attracted to. So you know what other people are going to be attracted to. So think about where you are and then add value on those social media platforms. And then what's your core mission? What problems were you having before you started using Shaklee products? For me, I have an autoimmune and I was having a ton of flare-ups. I was having digestive issues. I was freezing cold all the time. My hair was super thin. My skin was so dry no matter what I used. I had bloating. I had a lot of issues because of products that I was using before, and also because I wasn't supplementing my body to really help give myself those nutrients that I needed specifically. So I can speak to that. I can speak to how I was feeling before and how I'm feeling now, how I'm sleeping through the night, how I used to constantly wake up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning and not be able to fall asleep. I can talk about how my husband like goes to hold my hand and he's surprised that my hand isn't freezing cold anymore. My hand's like warm to the touch now. I can speak to the fact that my digestive issues have gone away. So that's like my story. Those are my deep rooted stories. Also, my fitness results have gotten so much better. I feel stronger. I look stronger. I'm more toned. I feel like I'm shedding fat better. That's from all the life shakes. The life shakes are amazing, especially when it comes to getting fitness results. So that's my story. That's who I was before and how Shaklee has changed my life. I talk about the skincare. Like my skin is so much better than it was before. And it's not perfect. Like I'm not saying I have perfect, beautiful skin now, but oh my gosh, it's so much better now. So those are things that I can talk about. How was I before? How has Shaklee changed my life and why I think it can benefit others. So you can serve others that have the same problem or the same issues that you have. Okay, so let's talk about growing your network. I actually wanted to get this out before. So Christy, my upline, created this beautiful tracker that you can use every week to track your business. So the biggest thing is when you sit down to work your business, you want to be consistent in what you're doing. The more consistent you are on a daily basis, growing your business, the more your business is going to grow. It truly is. The time you put in is the time you're going to get out, but you want to be smart about what you're doing. You don't want to just get on and scroll social media and think that you're actually working a business. So she created this thing called the Growth Tracker, and it has a daily to-do list that you can do, especially on social media. What do you need to do when you show up on social media? Because so often you get on Facebook and you're like, well, now what? What do I do? Well, you're going to go to the first one. You're going to add followers. Then you're going to connect with those followers, meaning you're going to go to their page and you're going to be a nice person. You're going to comment and like on their pictures. You're going to tell them how fun their vacation looks. You're going to ask them where they got that cute bag that they have. You're just going to be a nice person. This has nothing to do with selling products. It has all to do with connecting with people. Think about like a politician. That's like kind of a weird way to put it, but think about a politician. Everywhere he goes, he's networking. He's trying to meet people. He's shaking hands, kissing babies, making friends everywhere he goes, because he knows in the long run that's going to benefit him, if he gets out and networks. That is exactly what you're doing on social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, is you are getting on there and you are shaking hands and kissing babies and making friends. And that goes a really long way. And this is not fake. Like, do not hear me when I say go connect with people, that this is a fake relationship. You want to be a nice person and make friendships. So if you saw this person on the street, this has happened to me before, which is almost kind of weird, but it's really cool at the same time. I'll see someone I follow and talk to on social media out in public, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, it's so good to see you. I like run up and give them a hug. I've never met them before. Like we're best friends, but we kind of are at that point. Like I am like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. How are you? How was the birthday party yesterday? Like I am a friendly person and I'm connecting with these people. And that's what you want to do. You want to connect in a way that you're making friends. Social media is so fun if you view it as just a connection place. And hear me out. I'm a major introvert. Major introvert. Like if I go to too many social functions, like I'm tapped out. My husband knows it. He'll joke. He's like, "Oh gosh," he's like, "We need to go home. Mom's had too many social interactions. She needs a second to recharge her batteries." So I know that for some of us introverts, this might seem hard, but honestly, it's so fun and so cool that this is stuff that we get to do to grow a business. Um, so that's the first couple things on this checklist that kind of goes with what I'm talking about. But this is such a great tool to have. So when you are sitting down to work your business every single day, you can go through this list and check off everything that you got done. And this is tagged in the file section on the Team Elevate page. So make sure you check it out, print it out, have it available. So when you're working your business, you know what you want to do. So also when you're growing your network, think about where your market is at. So for me, my market is at school events, at sporting events. They're going to their kids kickball game, baseball game, all the things. So constantly add people that you meet in person on social media. I do that all the time. If I meet a friend and we start talking at the baseball games, and I see her every week when we're at the baseball games for multiple hours, eventually I'm going to find her on social media. And then I kind of let my social media do the talking. It's not like I add her on social media and then I immediately invite her to buy something from me. No, I add her on social media and then I let the work that I'm doing, sharing my story, doing posts, adding value, talking about why our products are so amazing. I let that do the talking. So then they normally will reach out to me and be like, hey, I'd be interested in this, or can you tell me more about this? And sometimes they won't. Sometimes they won't ever message me, and that's okay. That's not my point of building a friendship or building a relationship is a sale. It's just networking, connecting with people, because maybe her sister is really looking for some new supplements and she's going to refer her sister to me. Maybe it's not her, but it's her sister. And so you just never know where those connections are going to go. But the biggest thing is consistency over time is key. You have to show up and add friends, add those connections, think about your niche market and be consistent in your posts and your reels and your stories, and you have to show up consistently. I posted a social media guide this morning, and I shared that every day you want to do one post and at least 5 to 7 stories. And that might seem like a lot. And if if you really struggle or you don't know what to post for a day, of course it's okay to skip a day or miss a day. But on average, you want to be posting once a day and doing 5 to 7 stories so that people get used to seeing you, hearing you, knowing what you're talking about. So what makes people buy from you? What makes people buy from you in the long run? Well, it's because they know, like, and trust you. People will buy from you because they know, like, and trust you. It doesn't matter if you're selling dirt or supplements. If they know, like, and trust you, and they feel like the product that you are talking about will add value to their life, they will purchase it from you because they like you. So remember that. While Shaklee's products are so clean and so well known, have such a great reputation, at the end of the day, they're buying from you because it's you. So they want to feel also seen, heard, and cared about. So while they know, like, and trust you, and maybe they reach out about the product, they want to feel seen and heard. They don't want to feel like they are just a sale or that they don't matter. So if someone ever messages you, don't just send them the link to your Shaklee website and say, okay, here you go find your product. That is not helpful, and they are not going to buy what they need if you just send them to the website. They're going to get overwhelmed and they're not going to buy anything. You want to have this concierge service where you are walking them through the products and what would be the most beneficial to them and why. And we'll get into this a little bit later, but I just want you to know, like, you're the expert here and they're buying from you for a reason. Don't just send somebody to a website. You need to have that conversation and walk them through the process. Um, so your vibe attracts your tribe. So how you present things on social media makes a huge difference. If you are talking all the time about how expensive these products are and how they're super expensive and you can't really afford them, but you really like them, and they kind of help, and they kind of like, and then maybe you're also not really health and wellness focused, and you're posting about eating out and drinking all the time, and like you don't really like health and wellness or organic supplements, and you talk a lot about not having money, or I don't know, I doubt anyone on our team would talk like this, but just a perfect example. Like, you're going to attract people that don't want to spend a lot of money on supplements, that maybe aren't into health and wellness, that don't care about what they're putting into their body. And so you want to present yourself on social media with the people that you want to attract. So you want to talk about drinking tons of water and taking healthy supplements that are organic and good for you and free of chemicals, and that the value is so worth it, and how much better you feel, and that like you understand that spending some more money to make yourself feel better is so worth it, because at the end of the day, like, you only have your health, and if you're not taking care of yourself now, you're going to pay for it 20 years down the road. You see how that is a totally different mindset, and talking about that kind of stuff is going to draw those types of people into your market, into following you. So remember that, and find a motive greater than yourself. I love this. Find a motive greater than yourself. So when you are growing on social media, or you're growing a business like this, you have to know why you're doing it. And one of the girls on our team, Kim Jensen, is so good at talking about this. But if you are going to be busting your butt on social media and showing up every single day, you have to have a reason why you are doing it. And for me, it's my 3 kids, and I have their pictures right here. I have another picture of them right here. And I'm constantly reminded that they're only going to be little for so long, and I want to be home with them. And by showing up on social media, by adding value to people's lives, by connecting with people and building relationships, I'm able to build a full-time income and stay home with them, take them to school, pick them up from school, be present with them, spend time with them, go on vacations whenever I want, because I'm not tied to a schedule. That is why I show up, because I want to give my kids the best life possible. I want to be present and home with them. But I'm also a very driven person, and I don't want to just sit around and clean my house and organize my drawers while they're at school. I want to grow a business and use the tools that God gave me to grow a business at home, while they're at school. And that is a huge thing that drives me. And then my bigger goal is helping other moms do the same thing, helping other moms build a business at home that they can be proud of, that can help impact their family in a positive way. Because guess what? We only live once. Our kids are only small once. We only have a chance at this one time. And you're never going to look back and regret building a business that helped made your life better, that helps add any sort of income so that you could spoil those kids rotten, or you could take those trips you really want to, or you have the money to put food on the table for your kids without stressing. You're never going to regret that. And by putting in some work now, you are going to reap the benefits later. And this business, more than anything, really snowballs. They have put the products and the business model in place that I feel like anybody can be successful that really puts their head down and works hard. So have that in the back of your mind. Maybe write out a quote, put a picture of your kids up, remind yourself of why you're showing up here every day and why it's worth doing these little things every single day to grow a business. Okay, so we just kind of set the stage for who you're talking to, why you're talking to them, why people are going to buy from you, and how you can add value to their life. The next video, we're going to dive into more of the actual, the nitty gritty of growing on social media and how you can be the most effective so that people want to buy from you. So video 1 done, and we'll head on to video 2.